Welcome to Sanmon. Today we are going to see, in Angular, one of the most popular framework, Angular. So, how to start a project in Angular, which is one of the JavaScript and TypeScript based web application development framework. We are going to see like how to start with it. And I'm going to just open up this visual code. I'm going to show you like how to create a project and then how to start with the Angular project, what and all things will be there, and then I would like to show you how to create a first component, our own custom component in Angular. Okay, let me show you that. So this is the first thing what we can do is just one of the terminal you can open up. So if you just open the terminal, you can see the terminal is open in Visual Code. The Visual Code is the most popular JavaScript, TypeScript IDE. Currently, I'm going to show you here. And if you see there, there are multiple uh, command prompts if you're going to support. One of the command prompt currently it's open the PowerShell. Let me change the PowerShell into Git Bash. So whenever I change the Git Bash, now the Git Bash command prompt has been opened, and you can see plenty of command prompts. Whatever the available command prompts in the computer install will be shown up here, and you can able to manage with the command prompt over there in the terminal tab. Okay, that is what we have to uh, clearly look into, and where we are and what kind of command prompts and how many command prompts you opened, and each and every command prompt is a separate session of the command prompt always running until you kill it. If you click this particular kill, then only it will be deleted, otherwise it will be parallelly running in your computer. So that you have to be very careful. Now let us start one project of Angular. Do the Angular, you need to do, you in your computer you should have the Angular CLI installed. Okay, so Angular CLI, which will be available from the most popular framework Angular official website. So that should be installed, and when the command, if you type ng help, you can able to see number of options available in ng command. Okay, ng is the most important command in Angular because Angular refers ng here. So each and every command starts with ng, and what and all the options you can able to see here. There are multiple options with the help. It will open up whenever you type hyphen help. Okay, I will going to show you what and all the commands available, what are the options available, all these things. So let me start a project now. So ng new is the command to create a new project, and it will be going to open up one of the project of Angular. It will be creates each and every files and libraries whatever you require. It will be able to install, and then it will be ready. Okay, everything will be done with the command which is ng new, and put your command, put your project name over here. Currently, I'm just thinking my project. So ng new my project is the command, and when you hit it, it will take a little bit more time, and it will ask us multiple options like what kind of uh, project you want. Upfront, you want different facilities like routing and all. We're going to show that later, what is routing and everything, and also will be shows the option like what kind of CSS framework you wanted to support. There are multiple CSS frameworks. It will be support by the Angular. So when you are creating the project, you can able to select what kind of CSS you want in terms of developing your web application front end. So generally it will be CSS, SCSS, SASS, and LESS. These are the most popular way of writing the CSS. That also will be able to see in the upcoming sessions. What is SCSS? What is this? What are the differences? What are the facility? Everything will be talked about. Once I hit that, it is creating multiple files, and you can see and you can observe what are things happening It is creating so many files and folders, and we're going to show us like what is the file and how much memory it is there actually, how much large file it is, and all these things. Just it will take a little bit time, and just wait for the command should be completed. Yes, once it is success, then it will be going to show us so many things like based on your computer's versions and everything. So you can ignore the warnings for now, and you can just observe the project will be created, and that is your my project. You just go inside my project. So once we went inside the project, you can able to see that we are inside the my project, and you can type. You wanted to see like where my project has been there. You can able to type PWD so that it will be able to show us like where is the path exactly the project has been created. That you can able to learn commands of Linux or Git Bash commands, where we can able to understand like what is a list listing of all files and folders of the current project folder, and PWD means it which was like all the path of the folder where exactly. So let me go import the project here into the I. Once the project has been imported, you can able to see there are files and folders, node modules, and SRC, and most importantly, you need to observe package.json. Package.json is the most important file where all the dependencies are noted down on what and all initial dependencies required for the project, and all these things have been noted over here. And those particular dependencies, only the node modules where it is downloaded and it is ready to use actually. And we can able to see the SRC folder where the developer will work on the SRC folder only. Every time you can create whatever you wanted to create, we work on the SRC only. Okay. So inside SRC, you can see there is an app folder, and all the initial root components has been already created and it's available. Let us run this actually, and let us see like run the project again. We are into the my project root folder, and we have ngserve is the command what we have to use it. And once you hit that ngserve, you can see that everything is compiled and deployed to the development server on the local, and it is actually deployed in the URL. It is going to show us the URL and clearly tell some message to the developer. Angular live deployment server is listening on localhost port 00. Open your browser on http://localhost port. This is the way we need to run the Angular application. So we can able to click on, you can able to click this URL using control and click. The moment you click it, your browser will be opened. The browser will be opened with the localhost port 00, which is your initial Angular application. So this is how we can start the project, and then we can create a component, and whatever you can do on this, and whatever you do, it will automatically reflect in the browser. So let us see like this is the initial thing, and this is actually having all the essential links to look into the Angular documentations, and some of the tutorials, and Angular materials, something like a widget library. All the things will be there as initial, but generally we don't want to continue with this because we always develop our own application. So what we can do for this to clear, we can just open our component and clear this. Okay, let me open the component. This is the component, app component is showing there, which is the first component. And you see this HTML and CSS only, everything is actually shown there. Let me delete this and save it, and then I can just use H1 and type welcome to Angular project, something like that. Whenever I save it, you observe that it automatically deployed and shows. So this is how we can clear the existing code, whatever is there with the project. Now we can see like how to create a component and use the component. Okay. For that we can, I'm just going to show you a very simple way in Angular, and it's most important. We need to understand here. I'm using Angular CLI support here. Angular CLI give us multiple commands to create multiple things in Angular. Something like we can able to create component, we can create service, we can create multiple things like pipe and directive, something like that. Okay, whatever the building blocks of Angular, if you wanted to create, we can use this command. And currently, I'm going to show you how to create a component in Angular. Okay, so for that, so the command, what is the command Angular give us to create a component is ng generate component and component name. It's very simple to remember because it's going to uses very simple commands with a very meaningful names actually. You see there, ng generate component and component name. Here I'm just using component name as my component. So the command is very clear: ng generate component and my component. So let me see. So the moment I hit the command, you can able to observe here, it is creating HTML spec file, spec.ts, component.ts, CSS, and also it is updated to the module. So all these things are happening whenever you hit the command. So once you hit the command, you can run again your application using ngserve. And then we can observe here the folder my component is created, the left hand side, and you can observe all the files are created, and you can see that the code snippet also created and selector also there, which is app my component is the selector. Generally app is the prefix for each and every selector in Angular. And then you can observe that HTML also with a page tag my component works, and TS, which is a spec file, which is a test, initial test for the same component. Unit testing purpose, we use this. And CSS, a blank CSS file is already created. So let us observe the naming convention: my component dot component dot CSS dot HTML dot spec dot TS and dot TS. This is the most important thing. And also, if you see there, the module is updated, and the module is updated the component in the declarations like component. So this is how it has been created, and that is the class name of the component. Okay, so now let us use this selector and observe whether our component is available or not and working fine or not. Currently the component is not used, just it is created. You see there, the component is not, it was the app component thing which is showing there. My component is not there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll just show you. I will use my component inside the app component using selector of the my component. Okay, so what is the selector of the my component is app my component. I copy that and I go to the app component HTML, and down to this, I'll just use this selector. The moment I do this, the component, whatever component having the functionality, HTML, CSS, everything will be rendered here in the app component. So if you see there, that has been rendered here. So like that, very simply we can able to, this is how we can able to create a Angular component and using Angular CLI support. Thank you very much for your support. Please subscribe my channel for the upcoming videos. Thank you very much.